Now for today's starting lineups, first for the visiting Golden Knights. Number 2, Isaac Schrager. Number 4, Dylan Zdeno. Number 10, David Brennan. Number 23, Nick Holloway. And number 25, Dylan Jerlinski. Head coach, Greg Ferraro. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Bulldogs. Number 3, Leo Colosimo. Number 4, Leonard Rubin. Number 12, Dylan Stone. Number 13, Addison Leak. And number 23, Dusan Dobrik. Head coach, Alex Kuchar. Good luck to both teams.
Welcome everybody here inside East Gymnasium at Fort Lee High School, the setting for the 2025 Last Chance Showcase event. And we have a great matchup in store for you today, as it's a matchup featuring the Old Tappan Golden Knights, 8-4 on the season, taking on the Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs, 14-4 on the year. Hello everybody, I'm Dan Long. So glad that you could join us for our continued broadcast coverage here from Fort Lee High School. Game number 5 of a 6-game bonanza of basketball here all at the home of the Bridgemen. Old Tappan is led by head coach Greg Ferraro. They are well aware of how to win games here. They captured the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament Championship, winning 3 games here inside East Gymnasium. They'll go for another win here today. Dwight-Englewood, led by head coach Alex Kuchar, is playing outstanding basketball of late. They are 14-4 on the season and looking to move their way up the North Non-Public A PowerPoint ranks. And the tip is won by Isaac Schrager, and Old Tappan will start with possession on offense. They are in the blue, Dwight-Englewood defending in the white. Schrager playing it off to the near side, and nice lay-in that time by Nick Holloway. Old Tappan races out to the 2-0 advantage. Old Tappan coming in off a 67-58 win against Pascack Valley their last time out, while Dwight-Englewood defeated Palisades Park 64-23 in their last game. Here's a corner 3 that's canned, as Dwight-Englewood gets their first lead of the game. Leo Colosimo knocking in the triple. He's got 34 threes on the season, coming in off a 13-point performance last time out for the Bulldogs at a win against Palisades Park. Schrager sets and fires from the corner, and he's lethal from deep. Isaac Schrager in the gym that his father used to call home as the head coach here at Fort Lee. He averages 15 points per game, second leading scorer for Old Tappan this season. So both teams trading threes. Back to a lead now for Old Tappan, but a nice running hook shot there by Dusan Dobrik. Dobrik's going to have the size advantage all game long against Old Tappan, but Old Tappan's going to try to pull him out from the basket there. David Brennan unleashing the three-point shot. Good shooting for both teams. That is not something we have seen a lot of here today. In a lot of the games, it's been slow, low-scoring affairs. 8-5 start to this one, less than 2 minutes gone by. Good ball movement here for Dwight-Englewood, trying to move the defense side to side. Dobrik inside, and again, easy pickings for the big man. Dobrik has that position. Old Tappan's not going to have an answer. 8-7 lead for the Golden Knights. Jerlinski, he's a slasher to the rim, and Dylan Jerlinski doing what he does best. Jerlinski, the leading scorer for this team, averaging over 16 points per game at a season-high 24 points in the win against Pascack Valley their last time out. Dwight-Englewood setting and firing from straight away. There's Dylan Stone with a 3. Lethal shooting from both teams to start off today's game. 10-10 score between Old Tappan and Dwight-Englewood. Schrager sets and fires. A rare miss in this game. Offensive rebound secured underneath by Dylan Sedano. Brennan trying to get around Dobrik. Cornered off, back up top to Drolinsky. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Drolinsky. Great job by Addison Leak of shuffling his feet, getting in front of the offensive player and drawing the offensive foul. Drolinsky picks up the first foul of the game as we're coming up on 3 minutes gone by. Colosimo getting it around the horn. Rubin inside. And there's Colosimo again as he will initiate the contact, draw the foul underneath against Oltapan. And we'll head to the foul line for a pair of shots. Colosimo off the mark on his first foul shot attempt, averaging 15.3 points per game. Had a season-best 28-point performance against Lyndhurst earlier this year. Also had one game where he knocked in 6 threes. Rare empty possession at the foul line for Colosimo. Remains a 10-10 game. Brennan right to the hoop, and it's going to be an offensive foul whistled against Oltapan. David Brennan trying to take his defender off the dribble and get right to the rim, but waiting underneath again was Dwight-Englewood. Second time that Dwight-Englewood has drawn an offensive foul against Oltapan. Into the corner to Leak. Colosimo. And that's going to be an offensive foul drawn by Oltapan this time. First foul against Dwight-Englewood. So both teams getting dirty on the floor and drawing the offensive fouls. Colosimo gets called for his first, team's first, and away we go. With 4.5 minutes left to go in a tie game here in the first quarter. Holloway with the crossover. Getting to Schrager. Hook pass back to Holloway to the near corner. Straight away look, and canning that three was Joe Martin. The big man off the bench knocking down the triple. Oltapan back in front by 3, 13-10. Deflected initially by Holloway as Dylan Stone recovered possession. At the midway point of the first quarter with 4 minutes left to go. Colosimo shot no good. Leak with a couple of tip-in attempts, no good. Rebound taken in underneath by Holloway. Drolinsky in the open floor. Drolinsky gets it pinned against the glass. Block shot by Dwight-Englewood. Here come the Bulldogs in the open floor. Colosimo got bumped as he was going on his way up. And that's going to be another foul whistled against Oltapan. Stop the clock with 3:38 left to go in the first. Holloway got called for the foul as Colosimo rattles in the made foul shot. 1 of 3 at the line here in the first quarter. 2 for 2 this time. He's got 5. 13-12 lead for Oltapan. Coming up on 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Dan Long, so glad that he could join us here in the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Oltapan looking for their 9th win of the season. Dwight-Englewood looking for their 15th win. Worked around by Holloway. Leaving off for Drolinsky. Dwight-Englewood coming in red hot, playing great basketball. 6 consecutive wins for the Bulldogs. And there's Schrager again lining it up and drilling it in the corner. Isaac Schrager with 6 points on 2 made threes. 16-12 lead for Oltapan. Long range 3. Unable to answer it was Leonard Rubin. Dwight-Englewood tracks it down though. Worked around. There's the 3 ball off the top of the backboard and out of play. Colosimo's 3 was trying to get Dwight-Englewood back to within 1 again. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first. Officials were just conferring at the scores table, make sure everything was going the right way in terms of possession arrow. Old Tappan, a team that averages just around 56 points per game. Been hot shooting in the early goings. Jerlinski, a long-range three, rattled in and out. Offensive rebound secured underneath by Martin, but then his follow-up shot was blocked away by Dobrik. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Dwight-Englewood. Colosimo picks up the foul, and that is big because instead of an and one, it's now going to be his second personal foul, and he's going to have to take a seat. Leading scorer on the season for Dwight-Englewood has to sit down after picking up his second personal foul with 2:01 left to go in the first quarter. Jerlinski watched by Leak. Up top to Sedano. Schrager with the defense extended out to him. Todd Merson has come into the game for Dwight-Englewood, number 15. Jerlinski lost his footing, stumbled inside the lane. Martin up top to Schrager. Closing in the final 90 seconds of the first quarter. Holloway got tied up, and they're going to say instead of the initial call being a travel, it's going to be possession arrow. Still will be possession going back over to Dwight-Englewood regardless of the call. Bulldogs down by 4. Dobrik calling for it. Leak top of the key. Right-hand dribble. Gets right to the rim and lays it in. Addison Leak, the senior who averages just under 10 points per game, gets his first 2 points of the day. 16-14 Old Tappan in front. That pass away from Jerlinski. That's going to be a turnover committed by Old Tappan. 64 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Dobrik trying to get to it. There's going to be a reach and foul whistle against Old Tappan. Foul was going against Joe Martin. Martin's first. And for Old Tappan, their 15th foul, so it sends Dusan Dobrik to the line to shoot 2. Dobrik short on the first foul shot attempt. He's got 4 points here in the first quarter. Second foul shot is good. Goes 1 of 2 in that trip to the line. 5 points in the game for the Dwight-Englewood big man. 1 point lead for Old Tappan, 16-15. They've led for the majority of this first quarter. Worked around to Holloway in the corner. Sedano getting it over to Jerlinski. Under 30 seconds left to go. Looks like Old Tappan's going to be trying to play for one final possession of the quarter. Leading by 1. 20 seconds left. Dwight-Englewood kind of getting back into their defense, not pressing out. Old Tappan up top to Schrager. Schrager sets and fires and splashes it home. His third made 3 of the quarter. He's got 9. And a traveling call at the end of that quarter would not have counted the shot anyway. And Old Tappan knocking down a bevy of threes in that first quarter. They connect on 5 made threes on their way to a 19-15 lead after the first 8 minutes of play. Stick around as we'll be back for the start of the second quarter as you're watching all the action here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. 19-15 Old Tappan's lead after one quarter of action. Dan Long, Dimitri Nanis, Renee Matisic, glad that he could join us here on our broadcast coverage of this matchup of the Last Chance Showcase. Drolinsky with a nice spin move to the hoop. Dylan Drolinsky now with 4 points in the half. And Old Tappan grows its lead. It's a 6-point advantage, 21-15. Dwight-Englewood in the road white. In the home blue is Old Tappan. Here's an open look from three, no good. Leak trying to race for the rebound against Schrager, and he wins possession. Dobrik, beneficiary of that extra hustle play. He curls his way inside the lane. He's got 7 for Dwight-Englewood. Schrager up top now to David Brennan. Drolinsky works it around. Another open look from three. No good. Again, Old Tappan knocked down 5 threes in that first quarter. Dwight-Englewood going right to the rim. No good that time by Todd Merson. Brennan saves it from going out of bounds. Gets the ball back from Schrager up top to Drolinsky. Off balance, but Drolinsky bailed out with the foul call. Getting pushed on the play after Drolinsky was trying to initiate the contact. Dylan Drolinsky on his way to his season-high 24-point performance in the last game against Pascack Valley. 10 of 11 from the foul line in that win. He does his dirty work here. He is one of the best slashers around, has shown off an ability to knock down a long-range three, and if you become an automatic foul shooter, you show off why you have one of the best skills in the county. And that's what Drolinsky has done here. 6 points in his first half, 2 for 2 at the line. 23-17 lead for Old Tappan. Leak getting it back up top to Rubin. Worked around the perimeter. James Bergen to the game for the first time, number 5. Long range three, no good. Dobrik cleans up on the glass. Dobrik has 9 points in the first half. Again, towers over the next tallest defender for Old Tappan at 6'3". He's 6'9". Drolinsky had it tipped out to him. Brennan, straightaway three. Got it! David Brennan from outside. Though he may not be as tall as Dobrik, he has his skills, and that's his outside shooting. And Old Tappan is knocking them in at a high clip here in this first half, and they lead 26-19 over Dwight-Englewood as the threes are falling. Brennan now 6 points in this game. 6 made threes as well in the first half. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors here of these broadcasts throughout the course of the season for Fort Lee Bridgman Athletics, as well as for this Last Chance Showcase. I'd like to thank them for helping us bring you the sights and sounds of each of these 6 games here today. Game number 5, Old Tappan taking on Dwight-Englewood. Great matchup between two teams that are having good seasons. Old Tappan right now, if the playoffs started today, they'd be the number 9 seed in North 1 Group 3. And the playoffs started today, Dwight-Englewood would be the number 6 seed in North Non-Public A. North Non-Public A, one of the top sections in all of the state of New Jersey. A who's who, featuring Hudson Catholic, Bergen Catholic, St. Joe's, Bosco, Seton Hall Prep, the teams that are above Dwight-Englewood right now in the standings. 3-point, no good. Stone tracked down his own miss. 5.5 minutes left to go before halftime. Curling inside, and then another tip back here by Dobrik. Dobrik's up to 11 points. No one putting a body on him, and he's just simply leaning over the smaller defenders for the lay-ins. 26-21. Drolinsky getting it to Brennan. Brennan going right to the rim with a lay-in. David Brennan has shown off the ability to knock the outside shot down, and that time didn't settle for that. Just took it right to the rim, uncontested lay-in. Dwight-Englewood, great ball movement leading to the open corner three ball by James Burke. Burke cashes in on his first points of the game. 4-point game, 28-24, highest scoring game of the day so far. Three is no good. Good box out underneath by Dwight-Englewood. Here come the Bulldogs in the open floor. Stone getting it over to Rubin. Rubin outletting to Leak. Again, corner three ball by Burke. Burke this time left short. Rebounded by Drolinsky. Last loss for Dwight-Englewood came on January 11th against Hackensack. They lost at a buzzer beater, 63-61. They're having a tough time to slow down David Brennan. Brennan with his third triple of the first half. He's got 11. Old Tappan playing as a confident side, shooting here. Dobrik with a hook shot, no good. Nobody boxed him out. He got his own offensive rebound. Dobrik again. And the third time's the charm for Dobrik. He's got 13 here in the first half, keeping Dwight-Englewood in this game. Drolinsky across the lane. It's going to be a foul whistled before the shot attempt with 3:39 left to go in the second. Stone was the one called for the foul. Dwight-Englewood's second team foul of the quarter. Brennan going toe-to-toe with Dobrik. Again, Brennan with 11 points in the first half for Old Tappan. Tough shot attempt there by Drolinsky. Fadeaway shot, no good. Dobrik with 13 and Brennan right there with 11. Leak on the baseline, trapped underneath the rim. Good ball movement, again finding its way to Rubin. Rubin went right across the middle of the lane and the floater finish is good. Beautiful finish there by Leonard Rubin. Freshman who averages 7.5 points per game. Schrager was open for the three. They will not count it as it's an offensive foul drawn by Addison Leak. Taking another three off the board for Isaac Schrager, who's knocked in 3 threes in this first half. And that foul is a costly one against David Brennan. That is his third personal foul of this first half for Old Tappan. So Brennan, who's had a very good first half, will have to take a seat. 2:43 and counting left to go in the second. So Brennan picks up his third. Burke in the corner. Burke sets and fires, no good. He's missed on his last 2 attempts. Sedana with a rebound. Old Tappan looking to break it out the other way. Drolinsky back up top. This finally finds its way to Schrager. Schrager with 9 points in the first quarter. Drolinsky behind the screen, short on the jumper. Dylan Stone blocked at the rim by Drolinsky. It will be possession staying here with Dwight-Englewood. 2:06 left to go in the second. Old Tappan led by 4 after 1. They lead by 3 right now. Inside, Burke was the initial man, kicked it out to Leak, and Leak will tie the score at 31 all. Addison Leak's first made 3 of the game. He's got 5. 31-31, great game so far with under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Drolinsky pulls up for the mid-range jumper and cans it. Dylan Drolinsky with 8 points gives Old Tappan back the lead at 33-31. Closing into the final 90 seconds of the second. Colosimo back into the game. Here's Colosimo with the left-hand dribble, baseline jumper. Too strong. Rebounded offensively by Burke, and then a reach-in foul is going to be called against Old Tappan. That'll be the second team foul against Old Tappan. Second personal foul against Dylan Drolinsky. So Terlinski playing with 2 fouls. David Brennan just picked up his 3rd. 2 of the main starters for Old Tappan in a little bit of foul difficulty. Stone with a head and shoulder fake. Colosimo getting it back up top. Here's Stone. Leak. Colosimo with 1 minute remaining here in the second. Dwight-Englewood with a chance to tie or even take the lead. Dobrik well outside his comfort zone, almost the 3-point line. Burke in the corner. Worked around. Colosimo off balance, drew the contact, and Colosimo will head to the foul line to shoot 2 with 41.6 seconds left to go here in the second. That foul was charged against Dylan Sedano, his first, team's 3rd. And Colosimo missing at the foul line. He's 2 for 5 at the line here in the first half. Normally a 70% foul shooter on the season. And he missed on a pair. Empty possession there for Dwight-Englewood. He is 2 of 6 from the foul line in this first half. 2-point lead for Old Tappan. Let's see if they take the air out of the ball and try to hold it for one final possession in the half. They led by 4 after 1. They lead by 2 right now. Carmine Porcelli into the game for Old Tappan as well, number 0. Dano getting it over to Schrager. Now back up top to Holloway. Holloway had the game's first main basket. His only points since, 5 on the game clock. Holloway sets and fires. Doesn't draw iron. Dobrik with a rebound, and that will end the first half of play with Old Tappan leading Dwight-Englewood by a score of 33-31. A great matchup between 2 teams with winning records, trying to improve their playoff resumes and also possibly improve an opportunity of where they can be in the Bergen County Jamboree. So again, at halftime, it's Old Tappan 33, Dwight-Englewood 31. Stick around as we'll be back for more broadcast coverage here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody, inside East Gymnasium as we're moments away from the resumption of play in the start of the second half. Old Tappan leading Dwight-Englewood by 2 points, 33-31, in what has been a very entertaining and well-played first half of basketball. Taking a look at the stats for the first half of play. Leading scorer for Old Tappan has been David Brennan with 11 points, including 3 threes. Isaac Schrager has added 9 points. Dylan Drolinsky with 8, as they are the 3 top scorers on the team this season for the Golden Knights. Dwight-Englewood on the other side, led by Dusan Dobrik's 13 points. The big man been feasting inside with a lot of put-back layup attempts that he skies over the nearest frontline player for Old Tappan. This clear size advantage inside for Dobrik. Only 5 points for the normal leading scorer on the season for Dwight-Englewood. And Leo Colissimo, 5 points, all of which came in the first quarter. He had to sit a good stretch with 2 personal fouls. Old Tappan outscored Dwight-Englewood 19-15 in the first quarter. Dwight-Englewood outscored Old Tappan 16-14 in that second quarter of play. Dan Long, Dimitri Nanis, Renee Matisic. About to start our second half of broadcast coverage here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Old Tappan trying to get to 9-4 on the season, and this would be a treasure trove of power points. They could knock off Dwight-Englewood, who comes in with 14 wins on the season. Same could be said for the Bulldogs. A win here against Old Tappan would be another resume-building win, as they're trying to see if they could find a way to move further up the North Non-Public A PowerPoint rankings. Dwight-Englewood will start with possession on offense. They are in white. Old Tappan defending. They are in blue. Pass back up top. Stone to Leak. And Leak has given Dwight-Englewood the lead. Addison Leak with a dial up from deep. His second made 3 of the game. He's got 8 points for the senior. Averages just under 10 points per game for the Bulldogs. Fifth made 3 of the game for Dwight-Englewood. Old Tappan knocked down 7 threes in the first half. Here's Martin. Extra pass. Here's Schrager alone in the corner. No good. Break out the other way. Colosimo to Stone. Stone will finish it off. The freshman with 5. 36-33. Dwight-Englewood with a hot start to the second half. Extra pass, beautiful ball movement. Finding Joe Martin underneath. Martin with 5 points in the game. Old Tappan back to within 1, 36-35. Just been loving the execution, the shot making that's been going on in this game. Drolinsky with a good interception, anticipation there by Drolinsky. Tried a Euro step and blocked away by Leak. Dobrik running the floor the other way. Colosimo will lean his way in for the lay-in. His first point since the first quarter. Colosimo with 7. 38-35, Dwight-Englewood in front. Drolinsky, long-range 3, hits off the top of the backboard. And that'll be a violation and possession going back over to Dwight-Englewood. Dwight-Englewood with an opportunity here for their 15th win, and Addison Leak inside is starting to take over. He's got 10. 5-point lead for Dwight-Englewood. Across the lane, it's Schrager to Drolinsky. Schrager with a left-hand dribble. Floater attempt. A wild shot for him. He's behind the play. Numbers advantage for Dwight-Englewood if they push it. Colosimo getting it back up top to Stone. Leak will leave it over for Colosimo. Again, a 6-game win streak for Dwight-Englewood coming into play today. They've started to click here in the second half. Leak is the one who right now Oltapan doesn't have an answer for. Addison Leak up to 12 points in the game. He has scored 7 in this third quarter alone, and that will elicit a timeout from Northern Valley Oltapan as the Dwight-Englewood lead grows to 7, 42-35 here in the third quarter. Closest game for the Bulldogs during this 6-game win streak has been by 17 points as Dwight-Englewood has just obliterated their competition. Again, their last loss came against Hackensack 63-61 on January 11th. Their largest loss of the season was against a team that we will see coming up shortly in our sixth and final game of the day, and that is St. Mary's. The Gales beat Dwight-Englewood 68-53 back on December 27th. Largest lead of the game for Dwight-Englewood at 7, 42-35. It was a 33-31 lead for Oltapan at halftime. They've only scored 2 points so far after the halftime intermission. Strelinsky, top of the key, now to Brennan, playing with 3 fouls. Pulls up in front of Dobrik, doesn't get the jumper to fall. Strelinsky trying to race after it. His putback no good. Rebounded there by Dwight-Englewood. Here come the Bulldogs in the open floor. Stone, right to the rim. He got blocked in his entry. Schrager the other way. Schrager out of control, and it's going to be a blocking foul whistled against Dwight-Englewood. That'll send Isaac Schrager to the foul line to shoot 2. Rubin was trying to kind of undercut and see if he could maybe draw the offensive foul, but he was shifting as he was doing so. Schrager will roll that one in, his first point since the first quarter when he erupted for 9 points. Had 15-point effort in their win against Pascack Valley last time out. Had a season-high 24 points here at East Gym in a win against North Bergen. Goes 1 of 2 at the foul line. He still stays at 10 in the game. 6-point lead for Dwight-Englewood. Stone working it around the horn. Rubin getting it down to Dobrik. Dobrik overshot the rim. Leak tries to deflect it off of an Oltapan player, but throws it away instead. Schrager in the open floor to Strelinsky. Brennan across into the corner. Holloway. That's a huge 3 for Oltapan. Nick Holloway's first made basket since the opening possession of the first quarter. Lead is trimmed down to 3, 42-39. Deflected by Strelinsky, just couldn't keep it in bounds. If he did, he was going to be off to the races. Instead, it's going to be possession coming now for Dwight-Englewood. Lasimo getting it over to Rubin, and Rubin took an extra step to try to get to the rim. Traveling violation will turn it over for Dwight-Englewood and give possession back over to Oltapan with 3:18 left to go here in the third quarter. Oltapan came here just after Christmas and competed in that holiday tournament. As Brennan's shot was left short, he knew it, called it out to his teammates. Came here and defeated North Bergen, Wayne Valley, and then Memorial of West New York to eventually secure the tournament championship. Trying to go 4-0 here at East Gym this season. Leak in the corner, worked around. Lasimo had an opportunity to take a shot, did not take it. And going right to the rim, and 1 for Dylan Strelinsky. Almost had that identical play a couple of moments ago, but was whistled for stepping out of bounds on the sideline. That time he tiptoed it perfectly, stayed in bounds. The hoop and the harm and the chance of the traditional 3-point play. Drolinsky does just that, completes the three-point play. He's got 11 in the game, and Old Tappan has gone on a run to tie this one up at 42 all. Feed inside to Dobrik, and Dobrik uses that size advantage to full effect. He's got 15. Kind of surprised that the Bulldogs have gone away from trying to force feed the big man. Brennan up top to Drolinsky. Drolinsky got past the defense, and again, reverse layup is good. Drolinsky with 5 quick points. He's got 13. 44-44. Drolinsky now with 13 in the game. Brennan with 11. Schrager with 10. Balanced scoring effort. Good hustle play there for Dwight-Englewood. Colosimo just fought harder for that loose ball. He's got 9. Brennan, transition 3. Got it! David Brennan, his 4th 3 of the game. He's got 14. Old Tappan back in front with 90 seconds left to go in the third. 47-46. Drolinsky with the deflection at the top of the key. Knocks it out of bounds. 47-46 lead for Northern Valley Old Tappan. David Brennan, 14-point performance in this game. He averages 11 per game on the season. Colosimo with a hand in his face. Distorted the shot. Drolinsky looking to break out of the pack with it. Still, as that ball squirts up and over the backboard and out of play. As that'll go back over to Dwight-Englewood. One minute remaining here in the third. Feed inside to Leak. Leak discarded the defender, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul. Addison Leak with the clear push off there underneath the hoop. Offensive foul against him. That's his first personal foul, 3rd team foul of the quarter. As we come up with the final 40 seconds of play, Old Tappan is yet to commit a team foul in this entire third quarter. Sedano getting it over to Drolinsky. Brennan will hold on to it. "20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Dwight-Englewood not pressing out their defense. Now Old Tappan running their set with under 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Schrager straightaway 3. Got it! Isaac Schrager bombs away from deep, his 4th 3 of the game himself. He's got 13. 50-46. And Old Tappan has fought its way back after trailing as many as 6 in that third quarter to take a 4-point lead into the start of the fourth quarter. The 3-point shot being a huge part of the Old Tappan arsenal. Schrager with 4 threes. David Brennan with 4 threes. Martin and Holloway have added to the fun as well, as Old Tappan have connected on 10 threes in this game, and they'll lead by 4 after 3. Stick around as we'll bring you the sights and sounds of the fourth quarter coming up next here at Fort Lee. (50-46) the lead for Old Tappan as we head to the fourth quarter of play in what has been a great game. Brennan's 3 to start off the fourth is left short. Game of flows, and now it's on Dwight-Englewood to try to respond. Jump ball tie-up. Possession error will stay here with Dwight-Englewood on offense. They are the team in white, Old Tappan defending in blue. Down scoring attack for Old Tappan. 3 players with at least 13 points in this game. Put back is good inside by Todd Merson. Merson's first 2 points of the game for Dwight-Englewood, who've been led by Dusan Dobrik's 15, Addison Leak with 12 in this game. Now holding foul against Dwight-Englewood. Merson's second personal foul, team's first of the fourth quarter for Dwight-Englewood. Down by 2. Again, during their 6-game win streak, Dwight-Englewood has been blowing out teams. Now they had a deficit heading into the fourth quarter. Dobrik couldn't field it cleanly. Old Tappan will steal back possession, and Coach Craig Ferraro will call for a timeout to try to retain possession with 7:08 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, Old Tappan on top, 50-48. As Old Tappan has unleashed the three-point shot in their arsenal here in this game as they've knocked in 10 threes. Brennan with 14 points, Isaac Schrager with 13, Dylan Drulinski with 13 as well for Old Tappan, who led by 4 after 1, led by 2 at the break, and extended their lead back to 4 after 3. Old Tappan, number 9 in the North 1 Group 3 Power Points. A win here today would definitely move them into the top 8, which would put them in a potential position to maybe host the first round of the postseason. Dwight-Englewood trying to stay within striking distance of the powerhouse 5 that sit atop the top 5 in North Non-Public A. Hudson Catholic, Bergen Catholic, St. Joe's Regional, Don Bosco Prep, and Seton Hall Prep. Dwight-Englewood plays out of the NJIC, smaller school conference. Old Tappan, part of the Big North. Schrager denied at the rim. Dwight-Englewood attacking down the other way, 5-on-4. Schrager is still trying to come back on defense. Shot left short, Old Tappan comes away with it. Drulinski. And Brennan took the extra step trying to make his entry into the lane. It's going to be a traveling call against Old Tappan. Kind of didn't know whether or not to just set and fire from deep or take his man off the dribble. Brennan's been lethal from up top, knocking down 4 threes in the game. Stone outletting it. Colosimo back to Stone. Into the corner, anticipated nicely by Sedano. He forces the steal. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Pick and roll underneath for Brennan. Double team coming, and it's going to be a hold foul against Dwight-Englewood underneath the hoop. So a foul on the floor will go against the Bulldogs. For Addison Leak, that will be his second personal foul, team's second. Brennan had a man, did not want to get it to him initially, and now a timeout's going to be granted after Brennan had the opportunity, but just didn't want to uncork that pass, didn't want to possibly gamble on a turnover. So a timeout's going to be granted and given to Old Tappan as they talk things over here. With under 6 minutes left to go in regulation, it's a nice one, shaping up 50-48 lead for Northern Valley Old Tappan over Dwight-Englewood. A reminder, fans, that we will have one more game awaiting us after this one is done. St. Mary's taking on Demorest in another great matchup. St. Mary's 12-3 on the season, Demorest 10-3. That's in our sixth and final game here at Fort Lee on this Basketball Sunday. Drolinsky left the shot short at the rim. And then an ensuing over-the-back foul against Drolinsky, trying to climb the ladder over one of the Dwight-Englewood players for the offensive rebound. Drolinsky's third personal foul of the game. First team foul for Old Tappan in the entire second half, might I add. They did not commit a foul in that third quarter. Leak. Jump stop inside the lane. Addison Leak continues to have a marvelous performance. 14 points for the senior. Tie game, 50-all. Schrager with a triple team coming to him. Drolinsky up top to Brennan. Brennan pulls up from the foul line. Jumper left short. Rebound secured by Burke, who got contacted as he fell down to the hardwood. And that foul will go against Dylan Sedano. And for Sedano, that'll be his second, team second. Each team has fouled twice here in the fourth quarter. Old Tappan in the zone, and that leads to the corner three shot. Colosimo, no opportunity there for him to sink his teeth into the lead. Brennan right into the chest of the defender. Sedano's shot was blocked out of bounds off of Dwight-Englewood last. Inbound upcoming for Old Tappan with 4:51 left to go in regulation. Schrager in the corner, let the defender fly by, through a one-handed approach up at the rim, no good. That was awkward looking, to say the least. Schrager had a man fly by him, and then when he tried to get a shot off, I think he was trying to buy a call. But in doing so, got just a one-handed offering up top. Dwight-Englewood throws it in the backcourt for a backcourt violation. Possession back over to Old Tappan. 4:25 left to go in regulation. No Dobrik in the game right now for Dwight-Englewood, so Old Tappan can attack down low if they wanted to. Smaller lineup for the Bulldogs. Burke with good defense. Here's Drolinsky across the lane. Drolinsky switching over to the left hand with a finish. Knowing there was no big man inside, Drolinsky now with 15. We approach the midway point of the fourth quarter. Clean block from behind, as Old Tappan brings it down the floor. Corner ball. Holloway thought about the three. Passing it back up. Here's Schrager all by his lonesome. Long range three. Splashes home. His fifth three-pointer of the game. Isaac Schrager with 16. Old Tappan has gone on a run and now have taken a 5-point advantage at 55-50 with 3:44 left to go here in the fourth quarter of action. Drolinsky opened it up with the penetrating drive and the floater finish to give him 15 points in the game. And then on that last possession, Isaac Schrager from way downtown, well behind the three-point arc, splashed in his fifth made three of the day. 16-point performance for Schrager. And Old Tappan has been lethal from outside. Eleven made threes in this game now for the Golden Knights. (55-50) lead for Old Tappan. Past the midway point of the fourth quarter. Looking for a signature win on their resume against Dwight-Englewood and trying to stop the 6-game win streak on the season for the Bulldogs. And that's going to be last touch out of bounds off of Merson of Dwight-Englewood. So a costly turnover there for the Bulldogs. Coach Alex Kuchar waiting to check in a couple of his normal starters, including Dobrik, his big man, back into the game. Schrager. Off balance again, couldn't get it to go. This is going to lead to a breakout the other way for Dwight-Englewood. And that's going to be Merson with the 2. So the off-balance shot by Schrager led to the breakout the other way for Dwight-Englewood. They're back to within a triple. Under 3 minutes left to go in the fourth. Brennan trying to drop it off inside. Sedano, hook pass attempt, trying to get it to the cutting Holloway, and another turnover here for Old Tappan. Subs coming in now for Coach Kuchar and Dwight-Englewood. Sedano will come off the floor as Old Tappan playing in the zone. 3-point lead against Dwight-Englewood. It's led by as many as 5 here in this fourth quarter. Nice move across the lane. Trying to bank that one home was Dylan Stone. Freshman just couldn't get it to drop. 55-52. Old Tappan trying to make it back-to-back wins on the season, get to 9-4 on the year. Dwight-Englewood trying to make it 7 straight wins and get to 15-4 on the season. Outstanding year so far for Coach Kuchar and the Bulldogs. Under 2 minutes left to go. Here's Brennan, off balance, was trying to buy a call, nothing coming. Referees say play on. Dwight-Englewood the other way. Colosimo right to the rim. He's got 11, and the lead has shrunk to 1. 4 unanswered points here in the game. Nice drive and finish inside to Joe Martin. Martin with 7. Big answer there by Old Tappan. Around and around we go. Both teams trading buckets. 3-point margin. Dwight-Englewood looking for some execution here. Neither team in foul difficulty, each team with only 2 team fouls apiece. The freshman playing a game of catch. Jumper on the baseline, no good. Tipped out and possession secured once again. Drolinsky tried his best to save it, went halfway up the bleachers to try to save possession. So with 59.6 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, inbound upcoming for Dwight-Englewood. The timeout's going to be granted. Looks like a full timeout on the floor. 57-54, Old Tappan trying to hold on late in our game of the day so far here as part of the Last Chance Showcase at Fort Lee High School. It's been a close game throughout. Anytime that a team has kind of given themselves a little breathing room of 6 or 7 point advantage, the other team has had a response immediately. 3-point lead right now for Old Tappan with under a minute left to go in the game. Stone working it around. The freshman leading the charge here in the last couple of possessions. Colosimo inside to Leak. Back up top to Colosimo. Sets and fires from deep. No good. Dobrik with the offensive rebound. Dobrik right to the rim. Got fouled on his way up. And Dusan Dobrik, the senior, will head to the foul line to shoot 2. And will also, importantly, stop the clock with 41.2 seconds left to go. Big miss there by Dobrik. That foul, by the way, was against Dylan Drelinsky for Old Tappan. That is his fourth personal foul. Dobrik hits 1 of 2. He's got 16 points in the game, and it's a 2-point game now at 57-55. That was the third team foul against Old Tappan. Only 2 team fouls against Dwight-Englewood here in the fourth quarter. Still way too much time for Old Tappan to think about just trying to kill the time and run out the clock. Again, our final game of the day coming up shortly. It's going to be Demorest taking on St. Mary's. Another great matchup featuring Big North and NJIC teams. St. Mary's, one of those teams that actually handed Dwight-Englewood a loss this season. Dwight-Englewood lost to Glenrock, St. Mary's, Ridgefield, and their last loss came on January 11th against Hackensack. 14-4 on the season. This would definitely be the best win of the season for Old Tappan, building off of their win against Pascack Valley. And a whistle and a foul against Dwight-Englewood. Third team foul. Colosimo getting called for the foul, his third. One more foul to give, and then it's double bonus time. And that foul is going to be from behind by Merson. So Merson administers the foul, so Coach Kuchar has decided to play the foul game. He wants to send Old Tappan to the foul line just to save possessions and seconds here for his own team. So no more fouls to give here for the Bulldogs. 4 team fouls against Dwight-Englewood. Brennan looking for a recipient of the inbounds. Gets it to Drelinsky. Dwight-Englewood down by 2. No foul administered yet. Precious time coming off the clock, and now the foul is administered by Burke close to midcourt, which will send David Brennan, the sophomore, to the line to shoot 2. Old Tappan up by 2. 23.7 seconds left to go in regulation. And Brennan, nice water in the veins, knocks down the first to regain the 3-point margin. Brennan, clutch foul shooting here late in the fourth quarter. 2 for 2 at the line. He's got 16. 4-point lead now for Old Tappan. Leak right to the rim. Leak gets the 2. Addison Leak now with 16 points of his own in this contest. Timeout taken. 15.6 seconds left to go. That time, it was obvious that Old Tappan did not want to commit a foul of any sort, but also I think it was a little too easy allowing Addison Leak entry right down the middle of the lane for the quick bucket and the timeout. So it's back to a 2-point margin, and I think, again, if you're Coach Kuchar and Dwight-Englewood, you're going to be trying to force the steal, get the ball back here, but if you can't do that, administer a quick foul and just stretch this game out a bit. Hope that Old Tappan misses a foul shot or 2, and that'll keep you in position here to potentially tie or take the lead late in this one. The road ahead for both teams. Old Tappan is going to travel to St. Joe's Regional to take on the Green Knights on January 28th. And for Dwight-Englewood, they will be hosting Bogota tomorrow night. And then a big matchup awaiting them against one of their rivals in Saddle River Day on February 3rd. So out of the timeout, inbound upcoming here for Old Tappan. They get it into Brennan. Brennan watched by Colosimo. Brennan dribbling it up right down the middle of the floor. He's just dribbling out the time. 6 seconds left to go. What is Dwight-Englewood doing? They took forever to administer a foul, and it's only 3.6 seconds left to go in this game. once Brennan passed the timeline, I think you have to administer a foul there. They just let 6, 7, 8 more seconds come off the clock. Brennan knocks in the foul shot. 3 for 3 here in the fourth quarter. 17 points in the game now for Brennan to try to make this a 4-point lead. And he does. 18 points for David Brennan. 4-point deficit for Dwight-Englewood. And Dwight-Englewood will fall short here as Old Tappan continues their winning ways here at East Gymnasium. A final score of 61-57. They snap the 6-game win streak for Dwight-Englewood. And Old Tappan picks up their signature win of the season. That'll be enormous when it comes time for the postseason. As Old Tappan moves to 9-4 on the season, Dwight-Englewood with the loss will fall to 14-5. So that'll do it for our broadcast coverage of our 5th game of the day. And stick around for our 6th and final game of this last chance showcase. As again, it's going to be a great one, as it's Demarest taking on St. Mary's of Rutherford. Stick around for all that action, its own broadcast link. So for Renee Matisich and for Dimitri Nanis, I'm Dan Long saying so long here from East Gymnasium at Fort Lee. Take care, everybody.